I guess, um, along with my favorite nerd things, I do plan on talking about other aspects of my life, one including um, my my sobriety. Um, I had just passed 16 months sober off of any mind-altering chemical, and that was, I guess, saying it out loud. It was like it was a it was nice. It was two syllables. um, and I guess in a way, I feel like there's some who look up to me that are in the sober community. There's people who are not in the sober community that also look up to me in a sense that it sounds messed up, but like if Isaac could get sober, then damn near anything's impossible. Anything is possible. And the people who are closest around me probably could attest to that, which makes it harder when I do have a difficult time. I mean, we know that it's not all glamorous and perfect all the time, and that when we have that pink cloud, we ride it, and when we're sad, obviously we're sad, just like any normal person would be. And the irony of it is that I was in a great mood. I was happy, just left work, just went to the store. And as I was leaving the store, I say stores and like it was a trading card shop. Okay. So after I was getting my nerd on, I was leaving there, and there was a sticker on the back of a guy's car that said Modern Times Brewery, and I thought to myself, yes, somebody that drinks at a brewery or drinks from a brewery that I know about. It's not like, it just reminded me of the old town I was in, I guess, where we would, in a sense, drink for the culture in a way. Yeah, we would get drunk and have our fun times, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to alcoholic beverages and making cocktails. It's funny, but true. And as I was leaving there, I was like, why not, dude? Why not just go and make some friends at a bar? Go sit and chill, and I know it's like the easy, oh, well, just don't do that. Obviously, better than that. Like, don't do that. Because it's not just one, it's not this, it's not that. But in my head, I started getting that little seeping of, this time will be different. And I know it's been said before, so it's hard to explain that maybe this time will be different. I'm doing all these things, and back then I was in a bad spot and I found no way out of it, so I was drinking to live. But now I'm on top of things, and it's not drinking to live. It's we're back to square one. Like let's try it again, but happy. And I guess that's partially the insanity of it. And in a way, I had, as a state, played the tape forward because it sounds good. Then what happens? You drink the next day because whatever reason you come up with, and then it just snowballs into the same behaviors that it was before. But that wasn't doing it for me. I kept convincing myself that I had a handle on it, that surely this time would be different. And I started feeling the butterflies in my stomach. I knew I was in trouble if I let this just sit. And I kept driving because I knew if I went home I would be able to put that feeling away. And so while I was out and about, there still was the potential. And so surprisingly, I call somebody, because I know that's one of the hardest things to do. But you know me, thinking in my smart ways, I chose somebody that I probably shouldn't call, and probably considered the least reliable person to call. So after 2 phone calls and a text saying I need some help with no response, I knew, well, it was meant to be. Because if anything, that would have just, that window would have shown me that it's okay. Because had they answered, then it was meant. It's the brain, dude. And then I started saying in my head, well, if it was on the other end and that said person had called me twice in a row like that and said help, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I would stop whatever and answer because I knew something was wrong. So that was my justification for to keep driving. And then I get to the point where I start planning where, and I know the people who I really could call, but I'm not. Some for certain reasons, and I only say that because I had talked to them, but I didn't really give them the full story of why I was just talking with no real reason. And everybody was kind of busy that day. And not busy in the sense that they would have stopped and talked, but the busyness that I had wanted. Like someone to be with, there's something to do. I just felt alone. And this was those parts that I had been warned about, where when you don't go to as many meetings, then you section yourself off to where you feel alone, and that little monster inside of you just keeps gnawing at you, until a day like this where everything was good and I wanted to have friends too. I wanted to do something that, of course, had to involve drinking. And I didn't feel comfortable talking to anybody else, so I call him my mentor. I haven't spoken to him in a little while, and I gave him a call, and I told him how it was so weird. This was the first time that I had been like, it's not groveling. It's first time I had been unsure of what to do. Like, I needed help. I'm always the one that helps other people, so I can't need help. Duh. And I kept just trying to explain, like, I don't know, I don't understand, dude. This isn't happening to me. Of course, even with the years and years that he has of sobriety, there's days where he feels like this too. And you know, we talked about a whole lot of nothing, which was exactly what I needed. Sounds stupid, but it got me over that hill. And one of the points he had made was, he's like, I told him, like, I played the tape forward, it's not working. He's like, will you play it backwards? I'm like, that's not a thing. You just made that shit up. And he just said, just to remember what it was like detoxing and how my body felt, how I felt. And it wasn't including anybody else, but how I just felt. And I remember the first day that I left the house after detoxing. It was such a weird feeling, because we went to this food kind of festival thing. All I had eaten was, over the past 4 days, was probably some spoonfuls of multi-meal. And I hadn't been in the sun. I felt embarrassed for the other people that were around me. But all they kept saying was, we're just glad you're here. And I remember the first thing that I ate was a gordita. I say it like that because I'm not going to try to say it the Spanish way. Gordita. The whitest Mexican. and I actually ate it. It was like homemade, and I was surprised I was eating it. And next thing you know, I'm eating another one, and I was happy because the past 3 days were terrifying. I don't talk about my detox much because it was one of the scariest moments. There's nothing about a 30-year-old man asking his mom to sleep in the bed with him because he's scared. And I didn't even know what I was scared of. I knew I was scared for when it became night. For I don't know why I would hear things, I would see things. I wouldn't get up to go to the bathroom because there was something outside of my door, and nothing was gonna convince me otherwise. And for 4 straight days, it was scary, and I don't wish that on anybody. So I played the tape backwards, and I didn't drink, just for today. You know, being sober has its perks sometimes, because I can randomly dye my hair violently pink, and say, hey, well, I stayed sober today. And you can't really question it. Why did I put off making this video? Because I didn't feel like it was worth it. Because this is just normal. This is an everyday, basically everyday affliction of a addict, alcoholic, trying to stay sober. And maybe I just felt that if anything, I would want to look at this in the future and be proud of a mundane Saturday I almost drank, and what I would have lost because of it. And to other addicts or alcoholics out there that may be having a tough time today or yesterday or tomorrow, that have possibly relapsed, that might be on the verge, that there's no right way to do this. At all. But I'm here with you, and you're not alone. By the grace of God, I am sober today. And I am truly thankful for it.